time, ramping up, getting it done fast. So Jody's here with me. She's joining me for breakfast, shooting the video. Say hi to Jody if you get a chance.
Hi.
Today I have microwave new potatoes. They're nice and soft. What I'm going to do is smash them and fry them. Easiest way to cook them, makes them delicious, gets the skin nice and crisp. And I'm also having ono today. It's fish. It's wahoo. Well, when it's from Hawaii, it's called ono. It's basically the same fish. I cut it into really thin steaks so it cooks really quick. Of course, that's our goal. So, fish is on here. It, of course, gets the ever-present salt and pepper. Just to talk while I'm getting this ready, the other things we have is I've got some leftover vegetables from grilling on Sunday. I got some asparagus and some Japanese eggplant. And rather than try to do anything else with it, I'll just cut that up small and throw it in with the rest of my veggies. I've got broccoli, onion, and bell pepper, a little more Japanese eggplant, and some cremini mushrooms. So, fish is seasoned, salt and pepper, pan's getting hot, and it's going to cook quick. So while it's cooking, or while it's heating up on the skillet, let me get my potatoes going. Our flavor today is brought to you by Jenna Bosberg, who made this incredible chipotle rhubarb barbecue sauce. And so that's going to be our sauce. So you can see real quick, just to smash on the potatoes, it makes them nice and creamy on the inside and lets the skin crisp up, and that's ready to go. So since we're cooking for two, we need an extra skillet. When I'm cooking for one, usually I can fit my protein and my potato in the same pan, or my protein and my vegetables in the same pan. That pan's heating up. The first vegetable to go in today is going to be broccoli. I want it to cook fast, so I'm slicing it nice and thin. I love the stems if they're cut thin. They're delicious and cook fast. Oftentimes we throw away more vegetables than we really should. Bell pepper, just enough to make it all good. And again, just using the knife skills that we teach at the school all day, every day. And I just have a sliver of onion today, partly because I also have some green onions in my leftover veggies. So I'm going to do double duty on onions today. Peeled and ready to go. And the nice thing is that pan's heating up for both pans. So now, pans are hot enough. I'll wait on the mushrooms, and here we go. Again, just a nice quality olive oil, both pans. Love my cast iron skillets. And these are going to cook quick. These are going to take about 2 minutes aside, so they're just going to go real fast with that thinness. So in they go. Potatoes next. Cooking those off. I'll let those go. While that's going on, I just want to talk about the rest of my game plan today. I've got the super greens that I always cook with, and rebagging. And since it looks like I got a pretty good amount of vegetables with my already cooked ones, I'm going to hold off on my other Japanese eggplant. So, these will only need to reheat. So all I'm going to do is cut them up. Again, it's some grilled vegetables. They had grilled vegetables on Sunday. Monday. They were delicious. So, that'll just be a reheat. No need to make it go to waste, and incorporate it into my breakfast. We're already cooking well along the way here. So, I need to get my veggies going. So I need to make a little room. Slide those potatoes over, they're starting to brown. And like I say, the good news is I'm only reheating half of my veggies today, so I don't need a ton of room. Otherwise, I tend to force feed these pans a little bit to cram everything in. Always happens when you have company. You need more room. You can see that fish is cooking real fast. So, off they go. Now I cut these thin. The steak, when I bought it, they were twice this thick. And so that's how I bought them at the store. So basically, I just split them in half. Because as we know in cooking, the thickness is what determines the done time. And like I said, when they're this thin, 2 minutes aside, if they were thicker, they'd take longer. Hard to communicate in a recipe, easy to communicate in a video. Once I'm looking on these, they take about another minute. I'm just going to serve them as close to medium rare as I can. And then I can use that skillet after they come out to finish my veggies. So you can see I'm just getting a little brown on my potatoes, just to make them taste good. I haven't salted anything in here yet because the salt doesn't stick to the potatoes until there's some oil on them. So now I can do my seasoning. Always the turmeric. Always the black pepper. We're off to the races. Zucchini, or excuse me, not the zucchini, but the broccoli is going to take the longest to cook in there. Even though I cut it really thin, it's got to break down a little bit more because it's a firm vegetable. Back here checking these guys are starting to get springy, and that's all I'm looking for. So they're going to start coming out. It's about 5 ounces of protein per person. Now I'm going to transfer my potatoes to my fish skillet. Spread out the love. And guys, this just gives me a moment to talk about Jenna's Chipotle rhubarb barbecue sauce. We always think about mango and other fruits like that, but rhubarb just needs a ton of sweet to go with it, and it's easy to grow. It's not always available in the stores, but it's a really easy plant to grow with that unique characteristic, really strong flavor. But as I said, my friend Jenna Vosberg is working on some other projects, and we're really excited to have her drop that by yesterday. Okay. Now we're just waiting for my veggies to soften up. I'm going to hit it with a touch more oil. One of the real things I found very profoundly with the turmeric powder is it absorbs oil quickly. So when I'm using turmeric, I'm generally putting a little more oil in the pan than I normally would. And now those potatoes are getting some nice brown color on them, and we're coming into the home stretch. So home stretch for me means that the omelet pan's heating up and the greens are going in the pan. Fortunately, I have just enough greens for both of us in one container. I won't have to break out. I slide these guys together to make some room, and all that goes in. Now, once I put my greens in, I would turn the temperature down. Not because I want to cook them gently, but mainly because I just don't need the heat anymore, and just the heat of that pan on super low temperature is going to be enough to wilt those greens without burning them. So I can pretty much just kind of set it and forget it. The potatoes will just be happy going along in there. You can see that I've already added oil to this pan twice, and there's hardly any oil left in there, which is pretty normal with turmeric. So don't be afraid. Remember, Gordon Ramsay isn't watching. You can always sneak a little bit more oil in the pan. In fact, I just started following Gordon Ramsay on Instagram. I have no idea what that's going to look like when it comes through. So I'm partially terrified. Okay. Veggies are cooked. In go my already cooked veggies. And now look, we got plenty of vegetables, as I always say. Veggies should take at least up half of your plate, even for breakfast. And then in goes the amazing, just enough to make it coated, Chipotle rhubarb barbecue sauce. I'm having trouble saying that because I've just never sprung those three words together before. Chipotle rhubarb barbecue. Now, temperature goes down. Let everything get coated. Egg pan's heating up. I'm going to shift gears over here because I like cooking right in front of myself. Greens are wilted. And a lot of times I just put the greens in with the veggies. Today we're just going to leave them separate so we can have a nice layered effect. But there's my wilted greens and my beautiful potatoes ready to go. And down to the eggs, which is the home stretch. So, we'll just shoot this through Jody's eggs. You don't need to see my eggs because they're going to come out hopefully exactly the same, as best I possibly can. I skipped the mushrooms today because by the time I looked at all the veggies we had plenty of veggies. So, more would have just been overkill. When all that butter's melting, we're just getting things tidied up. Maybe next week we'll do scrambled eggs with goat cheese in them, but we're just going with over medium eggs today. And dropping the eggs in means it's time to plate. So, again, we're just going to focus on Jody's plate today because mine's just going to be a deja vu of hers. But there's our potatoes. There's some greens. Wait, I gave you too much. I need more. Thank you. And veggies. Coated with a little bit of that barbecue sauce. I like to put the eggs right on top of the veggies. Call me weird, call me whatever you want. That's the way I like it. Look, no brown on the eggs today. Half the chef I work with would say that's perfect. The other half would say throw it out and do it again. Go figure. Oh, we're back. Look, the eggs are almost cooked. I'm just shaking that pan. I'm waiting for those whites to look set. So when I shake that pan and I see those whites wiggling a little bit, I know I got to give it another moment. That's it. How are we doing on time, Jody? No way to tell on that thing.
10 minutes.
We're right about 10-minute mark. Again, the goal is always 12 minutes. Although I allow myself in my world to give myself a half an hour to cook and eat breakfast before I head out into the cold, cruel world, or in this case, the hot, cruel world out there today. There's breakfast. Thanks all for visiting. We're going to eat, and you don't need to watch that.